Now I'm coming as fast as I can.
You people have been chosen. You people have been chosen to reveal our existence to the world. We do not ask for your poor or your hungry. We do not want your tired and sick. It is the Karate clan. It is your evil that will be struck by us. Good morning, Vietnam!
Yeah! Welcome to the Niagara Falls. You people have been chosen to reveal our existence to the world. 2 guys, a girl, and we're about to talk about some shit I'm sure it's going to make you all offended on there. Probably have some guys crying. I'm Brett Byro, a.k.a. The Madman.
I'm Noelle, the intern.
Oh, Noelle, the intern. And I am the Mystic over here on the right side. And together we are
The Edge of the Falls.
Awesome.
I hope Scott's watching.
Oh, yeah. He ain't going to watch. He's going to be too busy on there commenting bullshit on our page.
Did he come to your house yet?
No, he ain't come to my house. He said I posted my address on there. What the hell? Where do these people get off with this shit? I don't get it. I don't get it. Where do you live, tough guy? Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up, you little girl.
So I said you have a better chance of recovering from COVID-19 than Brett choking the
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Everybody wants to talk shit, and pretend they're a tough guy.
Oh, that is so funny. And that's actually true. Didn't you have someone today, Brett?
Yeah, I had another guy. I don't know what it is. It's all fun and dandy. If I'm talking shit, on the post, talk shit back to me. But if I'm not talking shit, what the fuck? Don't say, oh, you sound like a Republican dick. Get the hell out of here, you asshole. The only thing that guy had going in his mouth was dick.
and then don't get mad if you strike back at them.
Right.
They can't handle it.
And I didn't say that on the post, because I thought, I might offend some girls, but I really wanted to say that. Motherfucker, every time you open your mouth, your breath smells like dick. So now I'm saying it.
Well, you said, too, something about, how can you talk so badly about women or something, because you called him a little girl. And I'm like,
come on, I'm just being sarcastic. I call him a little girl. Not that I meant he was, but I did look at his picture. He kind of, he had arms as big as my wrist. Yeah,
he hit it for a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, big hello to Maureen Lozoff from South Carolina. Let us know, are you...
Hi, Maureen. Sorry you happened to pick up a post where I was going off a little bit. Usually I'm not this bad. Bobby Joe.
Oh, my Lord. Well, tell us in South Carolina what it's like. Send us a message. What's it? How's Gail? Oh, Gail's here.
Violent mom.
Yay.
Beautiful. I'm glad to see everybody chiming in. So, what is it? May 30th. We're going to have a little rally on the corner.
May 30th or 13th? No,
sorry, May 20th. May 20th, on the corner of Hyde Park and Palm Avenue. We're going to meet there. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of, how can I say it? You know what?
English.
I gave up 4 years of my life to do a job, to protect everybody, not to come home and, no matter when it was or what's going on, to kind of be shit on. And, I'm not going to bend over and say, take more, take more, take more. It's just not in me. It's not in my friends.
Shit.
You guys, the longer we keep letting this happen, the more they're going to take, the more chances that, they're going, oh, wow, that went pretty easy. Next thing you know, we'll be wearing burqas.
I think your Como post was removed from the action group.
Listen,
Terry Lasher Clyde.
Another thing is, because people don't like what I say, they turn me in for everything. So I keep getting blocked on different shit. Now that I see that, if it was removed from that page, that's probably why.
Yeah.
I was just telling Peter, here we go again. I can't invite anybody. I can't do anything. I can't post to groups. I just don't get it. Listen, if your feelings are hurt, don't listen to our show.
If you can't, just because you don't agree with somebody.
Right. If you don't like what I say, scroll by.
Please stop that.
That or, I live at 3119 Portland Street, and now's a great time because I'm hurt and I'm 50.
This is how stupid people
You're 51.
are. They want to fight, but then they're talking about they're scared to catch the virus, but they want to come to your house.
What's your address, tough guy? Jesus Christ. And to look at the guy, he looks like my daughter would have beat him up.
Yeah. Bring your fucking mask.
She can beat me up, man. Actually, though, it kind of concerns me because so many people are there's no longer the tolerance of opinions. There's no longer the respect that other people have differing opinions. You disagree with me, STFU, and let's fight. And I live at Portland Street, and my daughter's going to beat you up when you come over.
I don't fucking say that shit. I don't say that.
You don't.
Listen,
I know.
right. Not even that. I'm proud or whatever, but my reputation speaks for itself. So if you're going to come at me, I'm going to talk shit back. That's definitely the way it goes. If you want to meet up, I'll meet up. That's I'm not one of those people that says, "Hey, don't pick me." No, pick me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one.
Hey, Barb Boland's here.
Yay! Nick with chat. What's up, brother?
Hey, good to see Nick.
Cousin
good to see
Jay.
Jason. Yeah, Aaron.
Ted Janice, I'm seeing you. Aaron Adamak, I got you covered, bro. I didn't forget about you. Aaron Adamak's like a little son to me, and if anybody knows him, another the next a different breed. That's all I can say. Is another different breed.
Yeah, so let's go back to our event on the 20th, okay? Because I know we were talking about that, and you posted it today and asked me, like, which is really cool because it's the way we work. It's like, Peter, you're coming, right? And of course I'm coming. We're gonna voice opinions. This lockdown has to be reviewed. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Look, what it boils down to is if you're sick and you're scared, point blank and simple, stay home. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. Don't tell me I have to wear a mask. I'm not sick. I'm not out there spreading. Oh, you don't have any symptoms. Blah blah blah. Give me a break. Haven't you guys been fed enough? Aren't you tired of this? Every time we turn around, guess what? The numbers are going down. The numbers are going down. They're testing everybody. Oh, look, we tested so many people, and the death rate is now 0.005.
Well, I mean, if you read on the Niagara Reporter, you're just gonna sit there and be afraid the whole time.
Why the fuck would anybody want to read the Reporter? We are the new Reporter. Get that right.
No,
those are wrong.
Good point. No, you were saying about it though, like the Niagara Reporter is all they do, like the Gazette, is just repeat what everyone else is printing or saying. You know
what, Peter? I had a surprise little chat with Kenny Tompkins. Okay. I wasn't going to air it out. And I wasn't going to talk about anything, but. I am now, going to say we can say his name again. Okay.
No way.
I think I'm not fun enough.
Yeah. Well, we're still going to pick on him, but
of course, the Eeyore thing is just who he is.
Listen, he came and kind of tried to explain what happened, and at least he called me and blah blah blah, and that he was really worried about the people and losing all his jobs, and no matter how much I fed him and made him think, okay, let's fight this. It's a good idea, and he said the more he thought about it, he was like, well. I couldn't do it to the 70 people, that were going to potentially lose their jobs. Do I see the way he's thinking? Maybe. Maybe I'm seeing the way he's thinking now. And then, on a couple other things that, me and you were talking about, he manned up and said, hey, we did him a favor.
Oh, way cool.
Yep.
No, that takes class. I'm glad that he did come out and talk to you that way. Let's face it, okay? We have a lot of fun with people, and we pick on people quite a bit as well. But when we do that, we feel there's a reason, and we're inviting them, in a sense, to open up with us and talk and dialogue.
Defend yourselves. That's what I said.
Yeah.
He never came back at me and said, hey, Brett, you're lying. Dante Miles, what's up? I've seen you on there. I've seen your picture came up before your Dante Miles join came up. Anyways, Peter, I guess I expected him to come at us. Danny Kneppel, what's up? I expected him to come at us and say, you guys are full of shit, and that's not what he didn't. He didn't say that. I hate to to go at you, but you're fucking cocksucker. He doesn't come at us and say, "Oh, that's a lie. You guys are lying."
He didn't mean you, Noel.
I'm
She's like, I'm not a cocksucker.
I'm the last person who's offended by anything. Honestly,
I know.
It was the look on your face, though. He's kind of leaning over towards you.
I didn't know what to expect.
You know what? It's funny. When I watch other videos and when I get excited, I'm like, I push Noel. Yeah.
I was watching the video the other day when I was like, oh, just you was looking, you're like, well, you saw 2 videos of me today, so you know.
You fit right in. There's a
Can
reason.
we
there's a
show
reason
those
why
one day?
Yeah, there's a reason why you're here.
You could,
Oh my
yeah.
Lord!
So everyone thinks I'm like quiet that doesn't know me.
Yeah, no, trust me. She got a little ghetto today.
I am. I was. I'm like,
Was that from today?
That was from. Yeah, well, no, that was from a few months ago, and then the other one was from 2 years ago. I found him today, and I was laughing. I figured you guys would enjoy it.
Dante, I think we're gonna have to bring you back in on another show and get down and dirty a little bit, on some shit that I haven't brought up yet that's festering in me. And who better to do it with than you?
Fester. Hey, Morticia.
Yeah. Even Peter don't know. He knows a little bit, but I think I got some shit brewing that we're going to maybe enlighten the good people of Niagara Falls about.
This will be fun.
Jim
It
Costanzo.
definitely will.
He said, would you wear a mask for a Scooby snack? What about a checker? I would for a Scooby snack.
Who said that?
Jim Costanzo.
Oh, Jim, get the hell out of here,
Jim, how are you?
Jim, I thought you were making some masks that say fuck Cuomo on them. Laura, how the hell are you? A special fuck cancer going out for my friend Laura. You guys, I didn't air it out because she asked me not to, but she just went through some more training, and I say fuck cancer a lot. You guys, if you're my friend, you already know. Took my mother, took my uncle, lots of family members and friends, and so I say fuck cancer for everybody that I love, and Laura is one of those people that I love.
All right, a little 300. So, what are we up to now? What do you want to do? You want to do what? We do have that presentation on the TV show we were working on.
I'm thinking. Checker sounds good. Jim, I don't know. Sorry, you guys. I'm a little. Oh, look, a squirrel. My son took us out to eat at Five Guys. First time I've been there. Oh my God, does Five Guys?
Isn't it good?
Do they not have the best fries or what?
I haven't been there.
You've never.
Yet.
Oh my
No,
God, you got to
I
go there.
haven't.
Oh, that's it. We got to take her.
It's
Okay.
a little expensive, but
That's what I heard.
was really, really good.
But
Really,
worth
really
it?
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
really
Five
good.
Guys,
Yep.
and they serve squirrel.
Now,
And so, okay. So, do you want to show them the new show now, or give it a little while?
Let's I want to let's give it just one more minute. I want to go back to May 20th. I'm expecting all of my friends that think like this, that have had enough, that are tired of this, to show up. What do you got to do? We're going to sit down and we're just going to say, let's wait until King Cuomo tells us that we can leave our fucking houses. Get the hell out of here, you guys. When have New Yorkers become such pussies? When?
I don't know. I bet we're running in fear.
Do you remember when we used to be feared? Do you remember we used to think that New Yorkers were so bad, and now they're thinking, oh my gosh, it's the home of the sissified sheep that bend over like California. Come on, guys. I don't know. You can tell I'm a little bit worked up about it.
Yeah.
And again, Kenny Tompkins, I gave you a plug. You missed it. I see you're on here, so but that doesn't mean you're off the hook. We're still going to talk shit about you.
Guess I'm not fun enough to be invited. Yes.
You know what? It goes back to May 20th again. At 3 p.m., we're going to meet on the corner of Hyde Park, and I know that I have some loud, obnoxious friends that are going to be there already. Now's the time, for us to be seen, be heard. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not social distancing, and I am all for businesses being open. It's time. This is a huge injustice to our kids, to our grandkids, to those, the other kids that are out there that are not in school, that are not learning, that are not getting the social interaction with each other, and those poor kids that didn't get to graduate. Give me a break, guys. All because of some bullshit.
and if you guys don't agree with like the him getting together with people, then don't fucking worry about it. Just sit home and don't go. Don't bitch about
Good point.
it.
Or go ahead and bitch. What are they going to do? Someone else said, oh, they're going to fine you.
Show up to your
Find
house.
me. Get in line. I owe everybody and their mother.
You'll show up to your house. Yeah.
Yeah, get in line. Get in line.
Hi, Patty.
Hey, look what she's having.
Oh, Five Guys.
Yeah,
she's
awesome,
having Five Guys.
awesome. Yeah, that's funny. That's good. That's funny. I'm looking to see who else we got on here. Anyways, you guys, we got some people chiming in on Facebook and people making posts and stuff like that. That's all fine and dandy. That everybody wants to be on Facebook. You want to be heard. You want to be seen, and everybody likes it. Everybody likes that attention. And whether you agree it or not. It's about someone saying, "Good job, you did this, you did that," or "fuck off," or whatever. However you want to put it. now's the time for us to stop sitting around, and I'm having a barbecue. I'll let you guys know. Pay attention. If you're my friend, you're invited. I'm going to have a barbecue. If not this weekend because the rain's bad, next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. There is not a fucking chance in hell that we are not going to have a barbecue or anything like that on Memorial Day for veterans, and to remind those people, let's stay locked down. Thank you for everything that you did, in your service or whatever, and giving your life so that we can hide in our houses and be scared. Be proud, New York.
Oh, God.
Scott should come, too.
We're going to die.
Yeah.
Well, that's well put, my friend, and good to see Kenny Tompkins. Anybody who comes on our show will tell you, Bill Kennedy, Kenny has been on, that we let you talk. I mean, we talk while we're here, and we try and talk over Noel as much as we can. But no, not at all, not intentionally. But we do give you a chance to talk, and we want to hear what people have to say. It may differ from our opinion somewhat. We could argue about it, but argue is not a bad thing. It's not a fight. It can be two differing points of view. I'm sick of the fact that people don't want to present different points of view. They just want to dismiss people.
You look at it. It's really close to my heart. To my heart because of Memorial Day. We cannot be in the house hiding, and being scared on Memorial Day when my brothers and sisters that have died before me, gave their life for that exact reason that we shouldn't be doing it.
If you want to go out, then you should be able to go out. If you want to stay home, stay home. Like, that's just the whole thing. I don't get what people don't get. If you don't agree with somebody, they gotta flip the fuck out.
Absolutely.
It's just, we and you were talking about this before we started, that Facebook has now given people the platform to say whatever they want and not have to worry about any repercussions. Not like the old days where you have to talk shit in person. Yeah. Now you can talk shit over the computer and say, well, I'll never see him, so fuck him.
Yeah,
you big pussy brat, you suck. You're a Republican dick. Get the hell out of here.
It's too funny. Like, if you're ever bored and you want some entertainment, go to Brett's Facebook page. It is hilarious. I do it all the time.
Half the time you stick up for me. So I'm like, you, Bobby Joe Hendricks, a bunch of other people are always like, and I'm thinking, oh my God, the girls that I know will kick your ass.
I love jumping in on it. That's why I was like, Scott's probably one of the ones that bought out all the toilet paper.
Listen, talk shit and then block me. Come on. At least let me talk shit back.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, come on. You got to have fun with that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say? We'll come back and talk a little bit more about the 20th. But what do you say we run just an important public service message, our new show?
Sure. Stay tuned, you guys, and share our posts, you guys. We're trying to grow our numbers, and what the hell? Everybody wants to hear us. Everybody, whether you admit it or not.
Oh, you might like this one. Noel hasn't heard it, so I'm actually going to turn up the speakers in the studio. So don't be surprised if it takes us a minute to come back on.
All right. Welcome to the world's most dangerous predators. Hi, I'm Predator Hunter Brett Byro, and on our show, we scan the globe for the most dangerous, deadly, and cunning predators who've ever walked. Welcome to the world's most dangerous predators. Hi, I'm Predator Hunter Brett Byro, and on our show, we scan the globe for the most dangerous, deadly, and cunning predators who've ever walked. Always keeping both eyes open, we're on the lookout for those foul creatures who prey on the unsuspecting and defenseless. Together with my hunting partner, Australia's most successful predator tracker, Angelo D. Nick, get it? We are today seeking perhaps the most feared predator in the world. The sexual fucking predator lawyer.
Good day, eh? Angelo here, and today we're tracking a predator that's indigenous to North America. We start by looking into his track history of sexual misconduct, which is listed clearly on Google. This predator is an ugly bastard, wimpy and pasty-faced. he uses the tools of his trade to connect with unsuspecting females. This cunning twat then lures them into his kill zone, or office as he likes to call it, to keep them unsuspecting. Once in possession, he's ready to strike without warning and mercilessly sexually harass them. We identify this predator by his mating call. Just erase your cell phone messages from me. And that's how we find the bastard, and we leave it to Brett here to sort him out.
If you suspect or encounter a predator, contact us at the edge of the falls. We'll track him down. We'll deal with him the fucking way a sexual predator should be handled, and not by the authorities. Predators are everywhere, in every corner of the planet, on every street. Be aware of them. Be prepared for them, and tell them to fuck off and be done with them. Join us again next week for the most dangerous predators in the world, when Angelo and I go after the dreaded Cuomo snake. All right, so stay tuned now because we are now officially animal hunters.
Right. We're going to hunt him down. We're going to find that little bastard.
I heard it's on Pine Avenue, and then there's a place on Lockport that they stay.
I walk past it if I walk home from here. It's amazing. I can just smell the predator, you know?
And I can't wait to hunt after that Como snake.
Oh my God. Did you see that, though, that Cuomo now wants, no schools at all?
Yep.
Ooh.
From home?
Listen,
Like everybody
not only that, guys, but
homeschooled.
what about the trackers thing? Now they're making you hire trackers that are going to come in to see if you have the coronavirus, and if your kids have it and you don't, and then they're going to remove part of the family out of the house. Can you imagine that happening?
No. That's actually a good part of epidemiology, though, is that it's not meant to be an intrusion on rights. It's not a governmental thing. It's what the doctors do. They did it with AIDS. They did it with the past flu, H1N1. Is that if you show up with the symptoms, they try and track down the circle of people around you so that they can contain that outbreak and keep people from spreading it further. So it's not really it's not meant as an infringement on rights. It's to warn people they've been exposed.
Okay, and I understand exactly where you're coming from, but let me say one more time. If my son or daughter had the coronavirus and they tried to take him out of my house, imagine that happening.
Oh, they wouldn't take him out of your house.
That was part of the the thing that they were talking about, Peter. I've seen many different talks about it, that if a family, now granted it's coming from California, or it's starting there, that California is trying to implement this. If you or a family member has the coronavirus in your family, they're going to take that person out of the home. Forget that. That isn't really the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to help contain an outbreak. That's what they were trying to do in the very first place. Let me ask you this, and again, not to because you're sitting right here. So 5 months after potentially the virus got here, now they're saying to wear masks. That the mask might work, but they might not work. Explain to me, how that's doing a damn bit of good right now.
That's the problem, is we don't know what's doing a damn bit of good. And we're hearing so much conflicting information. I've heard from a source that the virus is mutating, and it could strike again. There was an article yesterday about how someone got it again, and it doesn't help you. What's that? It's
going to strike again in November.
Oh, it could happen in waves. You have to go back to the Spanish
I'm asking you. It's supposed to strike again in November, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What else is happening in November, Peter?
Well, I think one of my kids has a birthday.
Yeah. What else is happening, Peter?
I'm getting an erection.
No,
that was Chinese. Election.
Yeah.
Oh, you have an erection.
Just making sure that you understand that.
Like I vote,
I know, but still, you're smart enough to see. Okay, we're already putting it together that maybe we can affect the election a little bit, by making sure another wave of this breaks out.
Yeah, but nobody can make sure of it except the virus itself. Do you know what happened in 1918?
Now, that was pretty funny that you said that, because that's a damn lie that nobody can make sure of it because the virus, the CDC and everybody that's reporting on the numbers can damn sure make sure it happens, Peter.
Well, it's hard to interpret it that way. Go back to the flu in 1918 in the city of Philadelphia.
I wasn't there, and I don't know what the numbers were, and they didn't have a way to track it.
Let me explain something to you. The doctors of the city said do not have a parade that they were going to have, and the editors of the newspapers and city leaders suppressed all the letters to the papers, suppressed all the journalists, and 100,000 people came out.
Everybody died.
12,000 of them did.
Oh my
out of
God.
100,
oh my goodness.
Out of 100,000 people. But the point was, if it hits somebody close to you, you're not going to be saying it that way.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, it hasn't hit anybody close to me, and that and if it did, maybe I would think about it. Maybe if that person wasn't 90 and already had health issues.
But what I'm saying is that in the past, we have made mistakes with these things because we disregard warnings of the
Who's
people
dying?
who know.
Who's dying? Who's dying, Peter?
People.
Yeah, okay, people. What people, Peter?
According to the information we get, a lot of elderly people with underlying health conditions.
Okay, you're saying according to you think that's true? That's truthful.
Brett, rather
I'm asking you, do you think that's truthful?
And we're not arguing here.
I'm not arguing with you.
I've said to you before that, I'm really disappointed in the numbers in New York State because it looks like so many of these nursing home deaths were hidden.
You know that,
and it pisses me off because be open from the beginning. We don't know who to trust. I don't know who to trust.
Look at when Cuomo said that coronavirus patients should go into nursing homes, Peter. What do you think he was trying to do?
Oh, weed them out. He was trying to call the herd.
Maybe, right? I mean, I don't know if he intentionally did that. Now all of a sudden he's sorry. I made a mistake and I should not have sent coronavirus people to the old folks home. You think? Do you think so? Do you think that was a dumb fucking idea?
It sweeps through there.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it's been doing. So my point with that was, if you look back in history, there were times when the medical leaders could have helped. But right now, we don't know who to trust because you said it a few minutes ago. Should we wear a mask? Maybe it does. Remember that thing we read or we took from a video? It was only a couple of weeks ago, and she said, wear a mask. A mask will help prevent infection in case it does. Unless it doesn't. And it was really about the confusion that goes with this.
I know. And again, the only reason why I'm even, arguing, I'm not really arguing with you, and I'm bringing up to you is because you think just a little different than I do.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that we think neither of us needs to be wrong about it, but we have to find the common ground.
Ryan, too, said exactly, and me and you both think it, Ryan, and Peter agrees, too, that, trust nobody. We can't, unless, how many times have you heard me say it? If you didn't hear me say it or see me do it, don't fucking believe a word of it.
There's so many different pages and people going around with all these different facts or opinions, and it's ridiculous.
Yep. And then again, to jump on the number aspect, you can't believe these numbers. I mean, they're proving it every day that you cannot believe these numbers.
Hey, we've got a message here from Sarah, and it says, maybe honor veterans by helping to prevent the spread of a virus that can kill vulnerable people. I understand your opinions, and you're certainly entitled to them, but why are you so against masks? And maybe we'll put that one to you. Why are you against masks?
Look, here's what I'm against masks on. There's no proof. There's no proof that the masks are helping. There's no proof that our numbers of everybody that is dying here is not dying from the COVID virus. There's if I knew for, how can I say it? If I knew for a fact that the COVID virus was killing everybody, maybe I'd be more, on line of saying, okay, let's wear masks or whatever. But right now, the COVID virus is not what is killing everybody.
You don't think it's because you're considering the underlying health conditions?
Of course, you have to, and again, you guys have heard it over and over again from Ricky and everybody that we've talked to of nurses that are in New York City and fighting this. The people that are dying are elderly, and that have underlying conditions. This could be the flu virus, that's killing them out, or a higher, strand of flu. And I know that doesn't do any of you any good. Here's what the bottom line is. If you're sick, stay home. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. If you don't want to socially distance, don't be sick. If you guys are in a position where you think someone is sick, stay the fuck away from them. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. Don't tell me I have to. Don't tell me I cannot open a business. I have friends that have businesses that are suffering, that are not going to be able to recoup this now. It's easier to stay home and collect your unemployment and get more money than you were when you were working than want to go back to work. Half the people that are saying no, let's stay home, I guarantee are getting unemployment checks, getting that extra $600. Half the people that are okay with staying home and being fed stuff are getting free stuff, more food stamps, getting a stimulus check. I didn't get it. I don't get food stamps. Guess what? I care about my friends. I care about my family. I haven't gone to see my dad because if there's a chance of a virus hitting my dad, he's 80. Well, no, he'll be 83 tomorrow.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yep. And you know what? We're going to have one of those drive-by parade things. Not because I believe that, he's going to die. If there's a chance that my father's going to be sick, of course, I don't want my father to be sick. I'm smart enough to know that. You understand what I mean? Without being told to stay in the house, to wear a mask, to go here, I hope that helps. And I think, Paula, that you unfriended me, maybe because of my, thinking on this. So be it. Well,
you have a right to think the way you do. And as long as, I get what you're saying. You're trying to keep others safe. So you care about other people, it's just you don't want to.
Yeah,
have to wear masks, which is fine.
That's right. If everybody was smart enough, and I know that's a huge if everybody was smart enough to do the right things, we wouldn't be in this position.
Well, I have a question for you, and it's not loaded. It's not to bait you.
Go ahead.
The reason for the mask, whether we know it works or not, is because it's not so much that when someone is sick, and I get a lot of this from someone in my family group who is working on coronavirus. It's not so much that we're sick, but it's that period of incubation when we have the virus, we have no idea. We have no symptoms, and even some people are asymptomatic, okay? Now, I've got a question for both of you, is that when this all started, we didn't know much about the virus at all. And we did know that there's this period where you'll have it before anyone knows you have it, you could spread it. Right now, we've all paid attention to this. Do we know more about that incubation period than we did 2 months ago?
I have your answer. Well, I don't have your answer because I don't have all the answers, but I have a good comeback for that, Peter. So that means because you cough on something and it sits there, and I forget what a couple days it could stay live. When it coughs on something.
Well, on metal or on a disco record.
Okay, you see where I'm going with this now. So what good does that mask really do when you're touching everything? You're going, touching shit. You go back home, you take your mask off. Guess what? You're going to get it anyways.
That's right, but it's that incubation period. Like, here's what I thought. When something goes wrong, like when something hits us, like this virus, then they tell us you should wear a mask to prevent it from being transferred to other people. And you're going to have this period of incubation, and then you'll be sick, or you may not be sick. But the thing is that through all of this that we've been experiencing, we have not seen... we've not learned anything new about this incubation period or its transference. Today, we're as lost on masks as we were 2 months ago, now that 70-something thousand people are dead. We don't know any more than we did. Who do we trust? That's what I'm saying.
I guess I see. I thought you were trying to say, well, do masks work? I don't know if they work. You don't know if they work. We don't know if they work.
But
but don't tell me I have to wear one.
But that's the whole thing. If 2 months ago they told you had to wear one and they didn't know anything, you'd expect by now that they know enough that, masks work, or maybe they don't. But don't you feel like we just don't know?
We don't. No, there's too much wrong information going around, or not enough of it.
Yeah, and you have to feel pretty scared for your little ones.
Yeah. So that's honestly when I go out, I make sure, I have the hand sanitizer, and, I do have a mask that I wear, but I don't like to wear the mask. I almost passed out the other day in Walmart because there's hundreds of people there. I couldn't breathe in that shit, which I kind of heard that wearing the mask isn't that good for you anyways.
And I seen another doctor saying that if you wear the mask over a prolonged period of time and you're sick, you're making yourself sicker.
That's what I don't mind. I'll wear the mask because I have to and stuff. Do I want to? No, because I almost passed out. But I just think if I thought it was only if you stay 6 feet away from people.
So that's what I thought too. So, but I don't know if I get really mad, I'm gonna go out and start spitting on people.
Yeah, but think of it. You're
kidding.
You're in Walmart, okay? Noelle, you were saying you're in Walmart. Yeah. So you are walking through the store. Someone ahead of you is 8 feet ahead of you, not even 6 feet. They cough. Now that all lingers in the air. They show us the cartoons of people where stuff comes out of their noses. So we walk right into that cloud, right? So is social distancing, like, I can understand it, but is that really protecting us when we're moving? I could see social distancing if we're standing still, but when we're moving through clouds created by other people, you know, Tim Heather had put up a funny thing here about he was wearing a mask the other day and he farted and he still smelled it. But really, you know, you leave that to poor Tim there. He's our huckleberry. But the point is that we're always on the move.
It's funny, you know, I just, you know, how can I say this? Everybody says, oh, leave it to the experts. You're not a doctor, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? The experts don't know either. So we can't leave it to the experts. We can't leave it to anybody. So all of you Facebook, you know, doctors or people that think you know, here's the bottom line. Me and my friends don't, you know, we're not sick. We're not stupid, you know, and guess what? If I was sick, what did I do? I stayed in the damn house because I was sick. I stayed in the damn house because I was hurt. You know, maybe other people just don't see that way or they're not intelligent enough, okay? Do I want to make other people sick? No. In January, before the big coronavirus came out, I'm sure, Peter, you know, I told you I had 104-degree temperature. I was hallucinating. I was sick.
You got sick after I did and so your friends did?
Right. I was so sick. This has been around. Guess what? More people had it. More people survived it. You know, and you know, now it's convenient for the media and the government to keep us all blind in the house and believing that everybody's going to die so that New York can get a bailout, so hospitals can get more money, so doctors can make more money, so Big Pharma can make more money, Bill Gates, whoever, however you want to present this, guys, it has now become a circus act of fear.
I actually realized, like, after wearing mask, I touch my face even more. So when I'm constantly adjusting my mask and stuff, so I'm like touching my face even more before than I was. Well, that's just me.
No, but that's a really good point. I'll bet you a lot of people share that.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I never paid attention before to it, but now I do.
And I know Brett hates, you know, he won't use hand sanitizer because he hates the taste.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, and here we go again. You know, have you ever heard of a symptomatic? Of course we've heard of it. Have you heard of somebody not being asymptomatic? You know, there's my answer to that. Of course we've heard of that. Of course people are out there that don't have. How the hell do we know? So your answer is wear a mask because that's going to contain everybody. Obviously it's not working. Obviously it's not working. That's not the answer. That's not the answer.
And it's a scary thing because, like you just said a few minutes ago, Big Pharma, Gates.
Everybody, guys. You know, people just don't see this. Am I right? Maybe I'm not right, but maybe I'm not wrong either.
But you have, you know, that's your right to think that way and feel that way, so...
Right. I mean, we've heard, you know, again, from people working on the front line, and I have to keep saying this because we've heard from someone in New York City saying that if people aren't tested and they have the symptoms of the coronavirus, what are they being marked as? Coronavirus.
Terry Lasher-Klein, dead right here. If you see her comment, the COVID numbers include assumptions. Someone had posted earlier today about the two different categories. One is that they passed away and they've been tested and confirmed. The other one is they passed away and they were
there's two different numbers. Yeah, exactly. But now, see, we're starting to learn that. They weren't telling us that, you know, to begin with. You know, this was like, let's say everybody has COVID so that we can get, you know, the you know, federal money was giving them, no matter how anybody says it's proven, you know, that they're getting more money for being put on a ventilator, more money for being diagnosed with COVID. Am I wrong?
You're right.
No, you're absolutely right. Let's take 30 seconds break and then we'll be right back with further.
Listen, I'm not mad just because I raised my voice. I'm emphasizing. Right. I'm answering other people. Right. I'm answering other people on here, and I'm not the only one that thinks like this. I'm just the only one that, you know, constantly says this is how I feel, and over and over and over again. And guess what, guys? You know, 80%. 80%? 80% of the time? Yeah, I'm right.
Well,
Patty's right. She said,
I give you about 82 on the good days.
Thanks, Peter.
People that are staying home are getting, that's true.
I agree.
Yeah, Patty's dead right. As a matter of fact, we talked about this the other day, Brett, is that the whole shutdown was to protect the vulnerable.
Right.
And the vulnerable in the nursing homes are still getting it.
You know why? Because the brain surgeons that, you know, were making decisions for us were sending COVID patients to the damn nursing homes.
Well, exactly. And also because there's no way to shut it down. There's no way something like this that can be transferred, if it can be transferred the way it is. Too many ifs.
look,
know.
Here's the bottom line, guys. It's choice again. Why is it my body, my choice only when it's convenient? My body, my choice. Right now, I'm claiming that it's my body, my choice. Do I think I had it already? If it's correct and I did have it, guess what? I'm not going to spread it and I'm not going to catch it again, unless they're wrong about that too.
Which now it's looking more and more. There's more evidence that it's like, how long are you safe after a cold?
Hold on, you heard what Ricky said, that they were taking blood from people that had the COVID virus and giving it to people that had.
Okay, here's a question for you: how long are you safe after the common cold?
Who knows?
To get another cold.
I don't know, right?
The actual figure is about 6 weeks. You can get another cold after about 6 weeks. The antibodies are present in your system, and then they diminish, and then you can catch another cold. That's why we catch more and more colds. With this thing, we don't know the antibody situation that's going on. Chris Fortin piped in and said this has never happened before. Yes, it has. It happened in 1918 in the Spanish flu. It happened with H1N1. It happened with SARS. It happened with the Hong Kong flu in 1970. And it's also happened in the form of things like AIDS. AIDS spread rampantly because no one had symptoms and they didn't know how to control it. And they said to the particular demographic that it was hitting, they said, well, you got to stop having sex. And they got it right and said, well, having sex is our right. And it has killed like how many millions of people in the last, And
again,
30,
I see what you're
years.
saying, Peter. I guess maybe we all have a point. Like Ryan says, he's seen no factual information. That the 6 foot rule is true. How do we even know if that's true?
Because we don't have. What it is, at least in my opinion, is that we don't have one source we trust. In fact, yesterday, if you watched, Anthony Fauci was talking to a reporter, almost contradicting things he says about masks when he's on a podium. We don't know who to trust. We don't get consistent information. There's no place that is putting this together and saying this is what's happening. And we're lost. We don't know.
I know if more people, and again, my logic may not be, right, but the more people, the more people that catch it means maybe more people won't get it again. If I'm making sense to you guys,
Yeah.
No,
you know why you make sense, and this is why I could make an argument either way with when you or anyone talks, is that maybe that's right, maybe it's wrong, but you've deduced it from what information you've got, just as I'll deduce from what I have, Noel, and everyone else up there, John Studi, Joe Studi, Pam, Paula, or John, anyone. We get the information we get because it's not consistent. What you hear, what I hear, what we see, there is a real lack of credible information as to the reality of this thing.
Paul says, I agree. So if I walked into your sneeze, I'll be glad to have my mask on. Right, but I mean, the mask also doesn't prevent you from getting it either. It's
maybe.
Like
I guess it's. I guess we're
way.
all full of big maybes, and again,
So the mask is only what, like to hopefully not.
If it's not one of those N95 masks or better, it ain't doing you a goddamn thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of
anyways.
people wearing those cloth masks, or not cloth. Like the light paper face coverings.
So all of you that are making or wearing homemade masks or whatever, they're I guess maybe they're doing you some good for. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not social distancing. If you don't want to be around me, don't come around me. If I was sick, I wouldn't come around you. And guess what? I don't give a fuck I really don't. I really don't.
Well, let's take 30 seconds. We'll come back because I'm going to share the most unpopular opinion about it of all. But we'll be back in about 30 seconds because it's time for a literary moment. And now, The Edge of the Falls presents the word of the day. Today's word is justice. Justice. And now our very own madman will use the word in a sentence.
Justice. It'll be a wonderful day when the sexual fucking predator lawyer is brought to justice. Justice.
That's the word of the day from the Edge of the Falls. All right, we're back on now with the Edge of the Falls team. Of course, Noelle, the intern, we call her, and the Madman. Yay!
You gotta love it. Listen, one thing that we don't tolerate is someone who is a sexual predator and gets away with it over and over and over again. Come on, guys. This is something that we're not making this shit up. This is this is a fact.
I don't see New York State stopping that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not him to get away with that.
Not yet.
And you know what's funny? Because Angelo said it best. I don't know if you caught it, Noelle, but the guy that Brett works with on the predator hunts, his name is Angelo Dinick, and he's really good. He's Australian, and he points it out. He's a bloody ugly bastard,
Let's face the fact. Like I said last week, if he wasn't using his position, to coerce girls into having sex with them, he wouldn't be getting laid because he's about as big around as a little girl.
Yeah, he has had to do that his whole life so far.
Gail Del Zoppo, you're absolutely right. It's a virus. It will replicate. It will change, mutate over the next little while. Here's a very unpopular opinion that was put forward recently, but it's one that we don't think about as a society because we protect our vulnerable. But if you look at anything that happens to humanity, oftentimes it's nature's way of culling the herd. And it sounds horrible. It sounds cold. It sounds like we're giving up people. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody coming on, but just give me a second to finish this, Brett.
Yeah, go ahead.
And so there are people who believe that this should be allowed to run rampant and take the people out who would normally have passed away anyway from other things, the underlying conditions. So there's that thinking as well, that this is part of nature's way of culling the herd.
I can see that.
Yeah, who's on the line, by the way?
I don't know who it is.
Let's try it. Let's try it. We missed them? Oh. Yeah, well, let's pretend it's a Democrat. Hang on.
I'm sure it was a Democrat. Someone called to complain.
It's one of Sal's callers.
I'm going to wear my mask because I choose to wear my mask. But that's okay, right? That's okay that you get to choose to wear a mask. Well, guess what? I get to choose that I don't want to wear a mask. Point blank and simple. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I kind of want somebody to call and complain.
There they are. There they are. Yay!
You're on the Edge of the Falls. Who's this?
Hey, what's happening? Edge of the Falls. Chris Horton.
What's up? What's up?
Hey. Let's a couple of things. We should move on from COVID because, COVID's getting old. Like, everyone's tired of COVID, right?
We're tired of incubating. We're tired of hibernating.
I think that's exactly where I'm going with it. Everybody's tired of it.
Yeah, I feel you. Hey, just to, you mentioned earlier you're going to do the things for your dad, do the parade and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope you get a lot of people doing it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, and definitely for your dad. But at the same time, you're saying, oh, I'm not going to wear a fucking mask. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to have a party. But yeah, you're going to social distance for your dad, right?
Hang on. Let me explain to you the difference. Let me explain the difference. Let me explain the difference.
Let me finish. Wait, whoa.
Hold on. Let me explain the difference to you. Let me explain the difference to you. The difference is my father's 83.
The difference is you're saying one thing and then you're saying another. So you're going to social distance from your dad.
No, that's not the difference. The difference is that I'm smart enough to make that decision. I'm smart enough to make that decision.
Hey, gentlemen.
It has nothing to do with intelligence. Calm down. It has nothing to do with intelligence.
Have my referee shirt on?
No, really, Brad. It's always,
listen,
it's
talk
always
to
your
Peter.
way, bro.
All right, talk to Peter.
Listen, see if somebody different has a different
You're not letting me. Hang on. You're not letting me give my answer back.
You didn't let me finish, bro. You're just yelling. You yell all the time. Let's talk like gentlemen. Everybody's listening. You said it. These are your words. I'm going to have a parade for my dad. I'm going to be in my truck. I'm not going to go near him. I wish I could love him. I wish I could hug him. All of us do, Brett. But you can't say, I'm going to social distance for my family, but everybody else, I'm not going to. You might have COVID right now, and you might be getting the two people in there sick. You know you have it? No. Do you know you don't have it? No. But they're telling you to wear a mask and stay home. What's the problem with that?
Okay,
he
here's
says
the problem.
Go outside. Cuomo can go outside. Do what you want to do. He says it every day. Ain't nobody forced to stay in their house. And if you had to choose from somebody that you would not give the COVID to, it would be your loved one. your father,
It
right?
would be my
And I wouldn't
83-year-old
give- and I
father,
wouldn't
brother.
give it
That's
to
the
my
difference.
85-year-old
Right,
dad.
okay, then that's the difference,
right,
bro.
but you'll
Right.
give it to Peter or you'll give it to Noel.
I'm sure that listen, here's the difference. I'm smart enough, bro, to realize that I'm not sick. And if I
How
had
do
it
you know
already,
that? How do you know?
listen, because obviously the media, just like they're informing you, informed me that if I had it, the chances are of me giving it to anybody else are slim. You know why? Because then I have the antibodies, right? Isn't that what you're saying now? Or answer me. Answer me.
No, we're not. Whoa.
You don't believe that? You don't believe once you have it, you have the antibodies in you?
You may have the antibodies, however, they don't know how long the antibodies will last.
Okay.
But however, Brett, all I'm saying, man, is if you're going to social distance, then you're going to social distance. But to make an exception, to expose yourself without a mask to somebody else.
Listen, you're
and
right.
not
You're
to
right.
somebody
You're right.
else.
You're
You know
right.
what I mean?
My
That's
choice,
all.
brother. My choice, though. It's my choice.
No, well, totally, 100%.
That's what I'm getting at. That's the whole thing. It's my choice.
Right. You can go walk around Niagara Falls State Park. You can go play tennis. You can go to the store. Nobody's saying you can't leave your house.
So that goes with
But I'm just-
wearing a mask too, brother. It's my choice. If I want to wear a mask, I'll wear a mask. If you want to wear a
I
mask,
get
wear
it,
a
but
mask.
you're also exposing other people, and you're picking people to.
How do you know I'm exposing anybody? I don't believe I'm sick.
How do you know you're not?
Well, do you think my kids would have it?
They may, but you might not have it. But you could test negative today, and you could be positive tomorrow. So if you were in a room and somebody got sick from you, and they backtraced it and traced it down, and it came from you, wouldn't have wanted
so
that
me
to
and Peter
happen.
have
I
been
don't want your
together every
family.
other
I don't
day.
want anybody to
Listen,
be sick.
I
Listen.
understand what you're saying, brother. I understand that.
Yeah,
Me and Peter
yeah.
have been together every other day. Don't you think one of us would be sick?
I mean, I can't answer that question. Nobody can answer that
Okay, well,
question.
we're not sick, brother. We're not sick.
Actually, Chris, you could answer it based on the way you're presenting your side. And gentlemen, there is no wrong here. This is the problem. We're all we're all confused.
Listen, and I wasn't hollering at you. I'm just getting I'm emphasizing
That's
because
so
it's my
tough.
choice, brother. It's my choice whether I want to be around my dad. It's my choice if I want to make my dad sick. It's my choice,
No,
brother.
I'm 100% on that. But to say that if you take your mask and you're around another group of people, that you could risk if you had it and did not know it, you could get them sick as well as your dad.
Okay, let me. I understand.
Nobody wants to get. What I'm saying is, I don't want anybody to get sick. But if
It's
you're
not
just
about that.
choosing,
I'm not saying I want people to die or get sick. Chris, come
no,
on.
that's what I'm
your-
saying. That's what I said. Nobody wants anyone to get sick. But I'm just saying, if you're going to take a precaution for one person, why wouldn't you take that same precaution,
Chris?
for
But I'm
somebody
not
else?
going. I'm not going over to see my dad, and I'm not wearing a mask. Because I choose not to. Because if my dad was to get sick, because the media is saying that COVID with underlying conditions could kill the
totally.
could kill the elderly.
100%. We're on the same page
Okay,
with that.
then I'm not.
Absolutely.
Then I'm not doing that. I'm intelligent enough to realize that. I wouldn't go around your dad if he was 85 just because. I don't
Right,
want
but
to
you're
get him
social
sick.
distancing because you believe that there's a chance that you could be sick and could get him sick.
Look,
right?
I'm not saying nothing is going around. Something is definitely going around. Obviously,
no,
people
I
are
know
dying.
That, but it's just, I'm just saying from a social distance point, Brett. You're social. I agree with you. I wouldn't go. I'm not seeing my dad either. He's 85. I have to social distance, but I also social distance when I go to Walmart or I need a tool because I got to go fix a leaky pipe.
See,
You know what I mean? Like,
Ryan
I don't choose. Okay, I'm either going to social distance or I'm not. So my argument is, since you agree and I agree with you that you're going to social distance from your father or any loved one or anyone with health conditions, I totally agree. But at the same point, then you say, well, I'm going to go have a rally. I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm going to have a barbecue, and I'll be there, by the way.
Chris, if there was people there that were in their 80s, then I would stay away from them. It's that's not what this is about. This is about being told what to do, how to do it. That's the whole thing. Whether you agree or you don't agree, it's still. When I was in the military and I was out in the middle of the Indian Ocean, fighting for these rights that we have now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
Listen, that's
Absolutely.
all right, brother. That's all right. Listen, and I feel that they're being infringed on, even if it's just a little bit, brother. You kind of see where I'm coming from.
I do, and it's a, it's that balancing act. I guess what it comes down to,
Look, you've heard me say it over and over again.
And like Peter said too, it's like there's not one single source that we can all go to that gives us the same information over and over, and then it's valid because you've heard
I'm
the
shaking
same
my
story.
head. I'm shaking my head. I'm agreeing with you.
You heard the same story with 3 news sources, and it seems legit. Now you can't even go to Washington Post, New York Times, anything online, and every one of those sources is different. So.
Yeah,
I guess I see where you go. I see where you're coming from. And again, I wasn't hollering at you. The reason I'm trying to get at anybody that's listening to me and you,
because you care,
right,
you're passionate,
right? Exactly. That I care about my father. Obviously, I'm not an idiot.
Amen, brother.
And I think other people think like that. You, everybody else. You said you don't go around your dad. Do I want to get my dad sick? No. Do I want to get Noel sick? No. Do I want to get Peter sick? Do I want to get you sick? No. It's not about that. Yes, something's going around. Just don't tell me when to jump.
It's also my choice.
I guess that's when
It's also
I feel
my
you, brother.
choice to be here too. So I'm choosing to be around.
Right, and I'm not I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at your wife or anybody else.
No.
It's not about that. You're allowed to have your opinion. So am I, bro. That's again, that's what that's what we're here for. That's everybody,
absolutely.
everybody.
Yeah, but
So,
there's Chris, just to interrupt, there's a really good point that was just made by Jim Costanzo, which is that Brett chooses not to wear a mask and is around me, and I'm old. And does that mean he doesn't like me?
Old and ugly.
I think he actually loves you. That's why he doesn't have his mask on.
Well,
hopefully we can all get through this sooner than later. Again, you guys, thank you for giving us the opportunity to express our
Hey,
feelings.
we're glad
No
to.
problem. Listen, and you know what? And again, me having a rally or me going to this rally is not for me or to make other people sick. It's not about that. It's about to get our small businesses open. If they choose to social distance into small businesses, why is it that we can go to Walmart and be around 300 people and people aren't sick? Why aren't the Walmart employees sick? Why aren't the people in big businesses right now catching the COVID virus? Why isn't our first responders? Why aren't they dropping like flies? You understand? I don't buy it all, brother.
And as always, we're not getting the full story.
Right, exactly.
Regardless,
Yep.
Right. That's
So
the,
go hunt that predator down and continue to do what you do, and I'll see you guys around.
Cheers, brother.
hey, thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks again.
Yep.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
cheers, bro.
And folks, something that goes with what Chris was saying is that, think about this. We've been talking, we've had a few people here who commented about, like, you don't know you have a cold, you don't know you have the flu right away, and that's that incubation period. And I don't know if you notice, like, even the people at the White House, do you know what they do every day before they allow you to
Take their temperature.
They take their temperature and they ask some questions about their health. Now, if you don't have the temperature, if you don't have that, but you're still, we don't know if you're still infectious at that point. So is that of any use whatsoever? I mean, great, you don't have a temperature, but you cough and it's in the air and other people are getting it. We don't know, and the lack of information is killing us.
Right.
Look at it, and again, I knew, what, where he was getting that, with that, my reasoning for my thinking is my choice, brother. I guess maybe other people don't see that.
No, it is.
It's my choice. And maybe more. I think that more so than other people do because of my past.
Right, like you're saying, like, okay, I'm gonna have a barbecue, but you're not forcing people to come. Like, if you feel like safe enough to come, then come on down. If you don't,
and don't forget, I'm the first one that told Peter, tell everybody that when it comes to intelligence or anything like that, they feed you what they want you to know, enough to keep you scared, enough to keep you down, or it's on a need to know basis. I know that. I was there. I did it. Don't report this, but tell them this.
Right.
I was there. I did that.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is there's not enough correct information going around, and it's just making everybody either scared or getting upset, angry, and.
How many times have you heard me say fear is a great motivator? Fear is a great motivator to shut. How long did it take to shut the United States down? I think it was like 3 days. 3 days they closed down businesses. In 3 days, okay, so the virus is going around. Is there something that's killed more people? Maybe. Was this a test, to see how fast we would bend over or how far we would bend over? Maybe. Who knows? Am I wrong? You guys don't know that I'm not wrong. You don't know. You don't know that.
Right. No, you can't even trust, the people higher up.
Peter, your turn.
Well, no, I'm checking Sarah piping in on YouTube, because we have to remember too, we're also on YouTube and we've just started monitoring it.
And Sarah, I'm not, and again, my whole reason for my thinking is don't tell me what to do, how to do it, when I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. If you don't understand now, maybe you just won't get it.
Well, she does. She makes several points here. She did point out that a 14-year. She comes from Ireland, by the way. She is in Ireland, I should say. A 14-year-old boy died in England of COVID. 18-year-old also. 24-year-old with no underlying health conditions. Her question was, should I not care because I don't know them personally?
No, but how do you know? How do you know? How do you know that's factual? Come on, that's what I'm saying. We don't know that any of that is factual. We don't know that any of the numbers here are factual. I guess when it boils down to it, Peter, you were talking about what we want, I guess, is the truth. Are we ever going to get it? Right. Who knows? Maybe not.
Yeah, Sarah. No, Sarah, I see where you're coming from, but I think it's like there's so much. I think we can all agree that there's not enough real information, and there's been so much made up or not telling all of it.
Just tell us the truth. I mean, if this was Peter, as you said, something that was put in, to cull the herd, maybe Peter, maybe. How do you know we're not right about that?
Exactly. Well,
look at Social Security now. Guess what? They're saving lots of money.
Absolutely. Look at and look at the people who are passing, and you know what? This is almost like euthanasia, if you think of it.
I guess I never thought of it like that until you said that. When everybody was talking about how Social Security is taking a hit and they didn't have enough money to pay everybody. What better way to kill off everybody that's on Social Security? I hate to think like that, but if you doubt that there's a chance that may happen, guess what, guys? There's a chance that may happen.
And the number one thing is it's turning everybody against each other.
I don't know if it's turning. I'm not against everybody.
But a lot of people. It's causing a lot of.
I'm not against everybody. I'm not even against everybody that doesn't agree with me. I'm against being told what to do and how to do it, and I have been that way since I was young. So it's not something that's just learned. This is. I fought for my right to choose. I fought for your right to choose. I guess that's the point blank. That's the easiest way that I can say that is. If it's okay for you to choose on whether or not a kid is going to live or not, it's okay for me to choose on whether or not a kid is going to live or not. How do you like that? How do you like that?
I think everybody's opinions I think everyone should be allowed to think the way they want to and stuff without, getting too upset at each other. But I don't think you're gonna.
And if you don't see that, there is a correlation there. There definitely is. If abortion doesn't, abortion clinics stayed open. Abortion clinics stayed open. They were allowed to stay open. I'll go figure.
I'm just confused on what's essential, what's not. To me, Walmart, but they're allowing Walmart to be open, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people there, and it just doesn't make.
Well, how much political donation can a small business make compared to Walmart? Right.
Right. I think it's just a big. Fucking disaster.
It's screwy, and it's been interesting today. We're getting a lot of great comments. There's one there from Barb Boland. Oh, do you want to read it? You could probably see it better than I can.
Me or Rhett?
You. Oh, the intern. That's your job, lady.
Hi, Barb. Okay, Madman, you are a veteran, and didn't you have to follow orders? Well, they ordered you to do something and you did it.
Here, let me explain to Barb in case she just didn't listen to there's a difference, and a lot of people maybe didn't realize this. But yes, I was in Navy intelligence, and yes, I was giving stuff to report and not to report. There's a difference. There's a difference in that. That wasn't my choice. That was the government's choice. This is my choice.
A job, almost like a job.
Right. Right.
Oh, there you go.
If I was going to report on a Russian Beref, I think me and Peter were talking about it. That was escorting, one of our planes, or flying over too close to Adak, Alaska. There's a difference between that and wearing a mask.
Well, definitely.
Right. And I know that probably doesn't answer her question. Again, if abortion is okay, but I have to wear a mask. I guess that's the way I'm going to keep sticking to that and say if that's the the reasoning that I'm choosing not to wear a mask.
I like Patty's thing. Why can't I go to funerals but can go to Walmart? That's
excellent point.
Right?
That's a good point. I don't get it.
It sucks for all the girls too, about to give birth and they have to do it on their own.
I think Barb had a husband that was in the military, so she should understand exactly what I mean. The military tells you what to say, what to do, and again, go figure. The military tells you what to say, how to do it, when to do it. Totally different when millions of lives are at stake.
Suggestion. Chris Fortin says, thanks for reading the questions. Sometimes I'm just listening.
Same.
Well, it's good to have Noel doing that part of it, too.
Yeah.
Same.
If I had all the answers, guess what? I wouldn't be sitting here, with Noel and Peter. We'd have our own fucking talk show on TV. We'd be like, we'd all be millionaires, and I'd be answering all the questions for everybody. Unfortunately, I don't have all the answers.
Well, I say we do our own TV show. What's that one called? The View? Ours is going to be called The Attitude.
Barb, you're right. Yeah, they should have funerals at Walmart. Fucking A. See, you guys, and everybody that says, that I'm looking at things from both sides. It's not that I'm looking at things from both sides. I'm trying to look at things from all three sides. My side, your side, and then the truth. I try to do that.
And it's been a long show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
I think this
so
was
much.
one of our better shows.
I've enjoyed it.
I think the show really, no matter how you looked at it, the show kind of flowed. I think that for the first time. Listen, May 20th, we're having a rally on Pine and Hyde Park, right across the street from Tim Hortons. We're going to meet there. We're going to show that it's time to open New York. That's all it's about. That's all about. Is the businesses deserve to be open. It's going to take forever for our friends and families that own businesses to recoup and get out of this. The longer we stay shut down, again, the people that are getting unemployment, and getting the stimulus check, and now if they come out with another round of stimulus checks, who has to pay that back? Guess what?
Noel does.
Yeah, it's going to get paid back. You know that. And the people that are on unemployment, they're making more now. Why would they want to go back to work? Of course they're going to say, fuck it, let's stay off. They don't care. They're not the ones that are losing.
Right.
I think a lot of people are actually enjoying it, and they don't want to. They want to act like they care.
How about our kids? And again the seniors. You remember how proud we were when we graduated and got to walk across that stage. I don't know about you guys, but it was
I skipped a lot.
It was huge.
Well, I remember your daughter when Lexi did a couple of years ago. That was really important.
And so all the families that didn't get to do that this year for. Maybe maybe they should have been allowed. I guess that's where I'm going, guys.
My son, it's his first year of school, and I wanted to see his little graduation.
Right.
Yeah,
that sucks. He was doing so good, just starting to make friends.
Was he in kindergarten?
Pre-K 4.
Oh, that was the best 3 years of Brett's life. I
know. I was just looking so forward to that. He's doing really good too. So,
hey, I want to leave a thought here with everyone, especially on something Chris Fortin said earlier. First of all, Chris, thank you, standing your ground and speaking from your heart. And you're up against the best when it's Brett because he likes to speak from his heart as well.
Everybody's allowed to, Peter.
Of course,
everybody is.
But it's great to hear that. Great to see this forum for it. But the most important thing today is that, Chris, you said, we're all tired of the coronavirus. And you know what? You're right. But what we're really upset about and more tired of is the confusion. And we're going to keep talking about it till we can start making sense. And we're going to get together at Hyde and Park and Pine, and we're going to try and make sense. We want our government to start making sense for us.
Yeah.
If there wasn't a chance that this is money motivated and that's keeping New York, come on, guys, look at New York compared to every other state out there and look at our numbers and what's going on. And if you're not drawing some sort of conclusion that something just not adding up, something just isn't adding up.
Absolutely. Hey, one more time, Madman, let them know when the...
May 20th, 3 p.m. at Hyde Park, and we will be talking about this more on Hyde Park and Pine Avenue. We are going to meet. We're going to have a rally. Our friends, our families, other business owners deserve to be open. They deserve to make the choice on whether they want to social distance, wear a mask, whatever they want to do. The fact is they deserve to be open. It's not that bad, guys. Everybody isn't dying. Everybody isn't dying.
I just feel like if you don't, you don't want to be there, you don't agree with it, then that's fine. Just stay home. But if you want to be there, then don't, down other people for wanting to do that.
Hey, I'll leave you with a comment from Ireland. Sarah says it's a disaster, and I do understand why Brett gets riled up about it. Freedom, but what about common sense? And she closes off with, great show. Thank you so much, Sarah. Good to know people are following us in other countries, and that's in Northern Ireland. I shouldn't just say Ireland, and she'll hit me if I impersonate her again. Anyway, great show tonight. Thanks, Brett.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, and great having you, Noel. Make sure you come back.
Okay, with my mask.